And next we have The World's Strongest Wizard Becomes Manaless, a fantasy LitRPG series, Volume 1, written by Dennis Jode, I think it is. 203 pages, $2.99. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. And here's the author's description. In a world where mana means unparalleled power, Zephyr Chronis sits comfortably at his peak. Granted the title of the Grand Wizard at a young age, Zephyr has always been the genius everyone fears and respects. However, some things are about to change when he acquires a cursed sword artifact, the Ruler's Blade. Suddenly devoid of any mana, Zephyr could only hope to rely on his mediocre physical ability. The future looked bleak, but not with the Ruler's Blade's power at hand. Reached damage threshold, stamina increased. Reached speed threshold, ability increased. I can actually become stronger with this? So there you go. And the last note is that the series, the title, which is shortened to TWSWMBM, is a fantasy literature series. So there you go. Okay. Honestly, that reading that novel description was probably the most fun I had with this entire story. The title kind of says it all. The world's strongest wizard becomes manaless. That's the setup. No hidden artifacts there. No hidden storylines. There's a very brief and I'll grant an efficient introduction into the world and the way the RPG stuff works. After that, the main character is simply just like the strongest position. There you go. He finds a rare sword. He takes all his mana, replaces it with the basic interface with a better one that allows him to upgrade his stats and leveling and increase stats through use. And there's no other sword like it. The trade-off, of course, is that he has no more mana to cast spells. So he's a wizard without spells anymore. So he has to kind of shift how he experiences the world. After that, there's some training in increasing his stats, including multi-year jumps in the story where it's just like, oh, and 5 years later, he's super strong. And then there's like one good fight in the novel. There's some other mediocre storyline about the main character trying to get revenge for being a former slave and an evil duke, but it's not really particularly good. It's just kind of an excuse to get the main character to fight. Overall, other than that one little fight in the middle of the story's structure is very simple. It actually reminded me a lot of a children's story, and they have a very simplistic setup, one real point of conflict, and that's kind of it. It's not a terrible story. It isn't. It was very predictable, however. And though it is LitRPG because it has ranks and stats and levels, that's not really a major feature of the story. The game mechanics aren't a big feature. It's more along a line of just a way to describe how overpowered the main character is and some other characters. And again, there's not really much else to the story. So that's it. I basically just got bored because there's not much to this. So it's The World's Strongest Wizard Becomes Manaless, a fantasy literature series, volume 1, with the score of 5 out of 10 because I just got bored reading it.